Hey, we're back. We're back with Doug Wells from Ray Catena. You guys do an amazing business, and you are like the master salesperson ever.
I think I'm pretty good at it. If I was going to write a sales book, see, most books on sales, I think, are about how can you manipulate somebody to do something. My book would be called Sincerity. If you're sincere with your client base, they stay with you forever. If you take care of them, they will stay with you forever. Because I have a product that I really don't have to sell. It sells itself. I just have to help people find the right car and the right way to get it. Mercedes-Benz.
Which is a great vehicle. We all know that. So there's no trickery involved.
No trickery. Shouldn't have to be. I mean, and I work for a guy that's built up a reputation. We're going to be going on 45 years in Edison, New Jersey for his Mercedes-Benz store. And he's a brand in himself all over the country. Everybody knows Ray. And Ray's reputation is about customer service. And one of the things he taught me when I was really young and in the business was, Doug, I don't want you to sell somebody a car once. That's the easiest thing in the world to do. I want you to sell them a car for a lifetime and sell their entire family forever.
Let's pretend you didn't work at Ray Catena and you weren't selling Mercedes. You were selling.
I started selling Lincoln Mercurys.
Lincoln. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess would you have had to employ some of the trickery that is there a time and a place for trickery? Not trickery, but there's an art to salesmanship.
I think and I don't care whether it's cars or real estate or a perfect example is my wife and I were at a dealer meeting in Los Angeles. And the one day we were at the meeting and they took all the spouses to a shopping thing on Rodeo Drive. And not every Benz dealer is shopping on Rodeo Drive, believe it or not. It's only some of them are shopping on Rodeo Drive. But we stayed an extra day and she says, I want you to go to the Ferragamo store. I met a nice salesperson. So we walk into the Ferragamo store. Now I'm in front, my wife's behind me. The guy's salesperson sees my wife and he says, Mr. Wells, come sit down. So I walk over and I sit down. My wife goes, why are you sitting down? I said, he asked me to. He walks out, 2 glasses of champagne. He says, it was lovely talking to your wife, but I ended up buying 2 pairs of shoes and 2 belts that he ended up shipping to Jersey for me. And to this day, he still sends me a birthday card. And to me, that is salesmanship. That's not being trickery. That's being sincere.
I like it. I mean, he did employ booze.
Nothing wrong with that.
Liquor the people up. Hey, you want to go on a shopping spree? It's not trick, but I love that. I love that because look, I have a feeling you like people. Maybe is that the secret?
I actually love people. Everyone says I should have been a politician, but I love people.
Forgive me, and I don't mean this in a negative way. You kind of look like a congressman. You know what I mean? Seriously, you got that charisma. You got there's a certain charisma. That's what I would call it. I'm not kidding.
Well, you have to like people, and people have to like you. And if people are willing to open up to you, whether in anything, I think you can create a relationship. And to me, it's all about relationships. So if I make a relationship with people, and I know if somebody could have a job doing something, they're on top of the world, and something happens and they're gone. They're all of a sudden, most of the people that were friends with that person are no longer, you find out who your friends really are in life. To me, I'm one of those people that if you're my friend when you're on top, you're still my friend even when you're on the bottom. I'm always going to be there for you. And that's my mindset.
Well, I hope we don't ever have to
worry about that.
Test
with you.
that.
No.
I put that to the. Let me ask you something. Is it easier selling cars now or is it harder? I'm guessing it's a little bit harder because the consumer can come in with all kinds of information. The consumer can start to think, hey, I'm an expert, or they can do all this research, a lot of it probably wrong, and come in with a little bit of
Well, they've always had the research. There used to be, I tell everybody from the 80s, especially the salespeople that say, well, you didn't have all this computer stuff. I said, no, we had a magazine called Consumer's Guide that would rate your cars. Dark circles, red circles, whether they were good or bad, and what they should pay for the pricing and all that stuff. I said, I actually prefer an educated consumer because it makes my job easier, because it helps me steer them in the right direction. It's like when somebody says to me, Doug, should I buy or should I lease? I say, well, there's no right way or wrong way. And they always look at me like I have 3 heads. I say, it's because if we all went out to dinner tonight and I ordered steak and you ordered chicken and somebody else ordered the fish, that's what we all wanted. I said, I can show you the positives and negatives to paying cash, leasing, or financing. And I can show you it's everything. And I said, you have to pick the thing that works best for you. Not what's best for me, but it works best for you. And that's why I always like to give everybody those options. And they look at it and they pick the one that actually works best. I said, I'll tell you what I recommend, but here's the options. You pick what works best for you.
When somebody walks in the dealership, and how many, by the way, what do you call it, car stores do you guys have? Ray Catena,
We have 23 dealerships.
And
we have 3 Mercedes-Benz dealerships in New Jersey. We have the one that's the largest Mercedes dealer in the Northeast. We have a BMW dealer in Westchester, which is also the largest BMW in the Northeast. We have 4 Lexus stores, 2 Range Rover stores, Jaguar. We have an Audi store, and we have a Porsche store. We just finished a new showroom. It's 87,000 square feet. I mean, it's just an incredible Porsche showroom. It's right next to our Benz store in Edison. It's incredible.
Wow.
And we're getting ready to build another Porsche store.
What do you think of people who call the Jaguar a Jaguar? Have you ever heard them say that?
Yes.
Is that pretentious? Is that wrong?
It's what they grew up hearing.
Jaguar.
Yeah, but it's some people hear it's the way they hear things a certain way. And to me, they have to, you have to do what feels comfortable for you. And I'm not going to criticize anybody that feels, I'm not going to overstep. It's like Maybach. So some people say Maybach or Maybach. It's pronounced, when you're in Germany, we pronounce it Maybach. But people call it Maybach. I never correct anybody on it because however you're comfortable saying it, that's the way you should say it.
By the way, have you ever sold one of those?
I've sold a lot of those.
Oh, my gosh.
It's an incredible car.
It looks so cool. I mean, my God. However, I'm a little bit worried about carjacking, to be honest.
Carjacking can affect a lot of cars. They go after, it's not just the luxury cars. They go after a lot of the inexpensive cars. The car theft situation is an interesting thing right now. The nice thing about, I tell everybody about Mercedes, it has a very low cost for insurance. So you could buy a lot of other cars, but your insurance is a lot higher because it has the lowest fatality rating and the lowest theft rating. So unless they have the key, they're not taking the car.
Speaking of sales, we have 2 sales executives right over there pacing back and forth. Why are you asking about car theft? That's probably what they're thinking right now. I can't help it. It's an interesting thing. And you guys have all kinds of burglar alarms and
you have
systems.
A location device. You know where it is on your phone. You know where the car is. If somebody breaks into my car, it'll notify me immediately.
When I walk into a dealership, I'm very cognizant of who approaches me and how, or you know what I mean? And do you guys have to have it figured out ahead of time? Okay, the next guy who walks in, you take it.
So we don't have people surrounding the doors. We don't do that. We want a customer to come in and feel comfortable. Our reception team in every one of our stores is incredible. The first thing they want to do is make people feel comfortable. Now, a lot of the people that come in have already been there because we have a gigantic customer base. But for the people that have never been there, they're coming in for the first time, like our showroom in Edison, we have 200 cars indoors. So it could be a little, when you first walk in, you're like, oh my God, this place is gigantic compared to a typical car dealership. But we have ice brew coffee if you want. You want iced coffee, you want espresso, you want Starbucks. We have it all. We make you feel comfortable, and we try and guide you in the direction you want. And then our store, the salesperson handles everything from A to Z. We don't have an F&I department.
F&I?
Where they bring you in to do the paperwork to finance the car and all
right.
That. The salesperson handles you from A to Z.
What about this? I should have asked earlier, the tariff situation. From what I understand, people kind of freaked out and started buying cars left and right. So like February, January, those are good months.
It happened actually a little bit of boost in March. Right now, so Mercedes-Benz is one of those companies that said all the 2025s will not be affected by tariffs. The 2026, they're working on something that's going to be hopefully small. My thought process, and I keep even saying this to Ray, is that I think that the European Union would be stupid not to do what England just did with the Land Rover and come up with an equal tariff. Because if you play fair on if you've ever been to Europe, how many Cadillac dealerships did you see when you were there? You didn't see any. So opening up, to me, Mercedes-Benz exports more cars out of the United States than they import. So there's a lot of jobs in the United States by Mercedes-Benz.
We export more Mercedes than we import.
Correct.
Wow.
So we build a lot of cars for all over the world out of the United States.
South Carolina?
No, ours are in Alabama. We have vans in South Carolina. And then you have, and then BMW is also in the Carolinas.
It's so complex.
It is complex. At first, it's a lot of people don't want other brands in their. I remember in the 80s when they did this tariffs on Japan, and then Honda decided to build plants in the United States, and even Toyota exports cars out of the United States.
So I happen to have a Mercedes. I didn't get it through you, unfortunately. We just met. I feel like such a schmuck because I'm going to have this car for a while. But let me ask you this. I have one small note. It's a dream car. This is like my third Mercedes. I have one small note. You know when you engage like the Mercedes Siri system, right?
Yeah, Mercedes me.
Yeah, you got to say, hey, Mercedes. I just don't feel like the hey is
Just say
appropriate.
Mercedes. It'll do it too.
Are you sure?
Yes.
The guy told me you got to say, hey, Mercedes.
You say, hey, Mercedes, but the car will respond to as soon as if you're in a conversation, you say Mercedes. It'll
just Mercedes question mark.
Yeah.
Phew. Because, hay is for horses. You ever hear that when you're growing up? Right? Hey,
Yes.
Mercedes. It just sounds so not Mercedes.
Well, these cars have so much technology in them, and I tell people they're like, you can touch this, do this, do that. I say, just talk to her. Just say, hey, Mercedes, turn on the heated seats. Hey, Mercedes, turn on Studio 54. Hey, Mercedes.
It'll do it.
Lower the temperature. And it does it all without having to touch all these buttons.
One other little thing, and I haven't been there because I'm paranoid about it. I don't let the gas go below a quarter tank. But if I do, right, when am I going to find out I'm really low on gas? Does it have
When it stops telling you how many miles, that means you're now on reserve, which gives you about 2 gallons.
2 gallons?
Yes.
What's the problem?
So
I've been pulling over way too early.
I test the reserve every now and then, but
2 gallons are in the reserve?
they're in the reserve.
And there's no mile indicator?
The whole idea for that is to get you to go to the gas station because you never want. I don't care whether you're driving a Mercedes or a Chevy or a Toyota.
Wait, the whole thing is to get you to go to the gas station?
Get you to go to refuel. The whole idea is that they don't want you running the tank real low
because that could hurt.
That's not good for any car.
The motor could hurt the motor. Well, it's all fascinating. How do you? There are some people though who are not cut out for this line of work. When do you find that out? Like when they show up, they want to be a salesperson, they just don't have it. Have you ever seen that?
The key to it is I hired a gentleman. He's my top salesperson, and he's been with the company now. I'm going to say a little over 6 years. Ahmed, and Ahmed was in the food and beverage business in New York, and he didn't want to work at night anymore, and so somebody said, talk to him. He's got a great personality. I liked him because if people like you, the rest is easy. You can learn the cars. You can learn how to do the paperwork. You can learn all the computer systems that you need to learn. But you can't teach people to like you. If you are a likable person and you know how to be a likable person because it's a natural thing, the rest is easy. I can teach you that. But if you're not good, and not everybody is cut out to be, like I'm an extrovert. My brother was an introvert.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person that talk to everybody when I walk into a room, where some people only want to talk to, a couple of people that they know and they want to sit in a corner. Not me. I'll walk around and talk to everybody. Like I came in here, I walked around the whole place.
Yeah, people were wondering about that.
They're like, who is this guy?
Is he from upstairs? Is he the inspector general? What's going on? But you got
to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you been to Formula One?
You mean the race?
Any Formula One race?
No, I've seen it on TV. There's a Formula One movie coming out.
So the movie's coming out. So Mercedes had invited me to go down a month and a half ago to Miami, which I had never done. And I went to see the Formula One race, which was off the chart. I mean, the things I learned, I got to meet Russell, the driver who just won last week. I see Kimi Antonelli, the new young kid who just came in third place, but he got onto the podium for the first time, just turned 18 and just got his driver's license. But it's a really, really exciting sport, and it's very, very interesting with all the different rules. And the movie, I'm excited about because Brad Pitt and I are the same age. My wife calls me the Brad Pitt of car business. Huh. I don't think that's true, but they say the movie's off the chart, and it's going to be a Mercedes-Benz commercial.
What?
It's all because they're driving
really?
Mercedes-Benz cars in the F1.
Well, I've not actually anticipated a movie like this since Top Gun. The marketing, whatever they've done, it's like people want to see it.
Well, it's the same director as Top Gun.
Oh yeah.
And what I found out is originally they wanted Tom Cruise to do this, but then nobody told me this for actual thing, but that Sony didn't want Tom Cruise because Tom Cruise would want to be the one driving the car.
Oh.
And the movie would have been 3 years down the road. So they chose Brad Pitt, and Brad Pitt did an incredible job. He even said,
"How did you see the movie already?"
I was invited to see it twice.
Oh.
I didn't get the chance to go. Somebody invited me to a pre-screening.
Good for you.
I did not go because I want to go with my wife because I took my wife to Formula One when we went. And the dealer meeting for Mercedes-Benz this year is actually in the weekend before Thanksgiving in Vegas. And that's the same weekend of the Formula One race. So I'm going to be at 2 Formula One races in a year.
That's so cool. The other thing about, why they didn't want Tom Cruise, because he did another race car movie called Days of Thunder.
Correct.
In the late 80s, which was a bomb. And
remember who he met on that movie?
Nicole Kidman.
Correct.
And that would, too many negative connotation. They needed a fresh start with the Formula One, I think.
And I like the story behind it. You know, an old race car driver that they think is washed up.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and then the new young driver, and, you know, it's interesting.
How I first became aware of the movie, quite frankly, is the soundtrack. It got some really cool songs on it. It came up on my iTunes, and I feel so hip. Who knew?
Yeah.
Well, this is all great stuff. Ray Catena, you did a great job in hiring Doug here. And Doug, you're just so cool. You got it all going on.
And I just have to say one thing for my wife.
What?
Just she loves you to death. She loved watching you in the morning on Channel 5.
Yeah.
She says, make sure you let him know. She originally went out and bought the book, and we have the book at the house. I've read it. Oh. She really enjoys you. And she says, let him know I'm impressed that now he's a father of 2 and all this stuff. And if he ever wants to, he could get me on the phone. She said, you know me, I'm way wittier than you, and I'm on point.
Oh, that's so cool. What's her name?
Kim.
Kimberly
Wells.
Well, look, I have a Cameo account, so you can.
What is a Cameo account?
Cameo, you got to enroll, and I'll send her a personalized message for $50.
I don't have 50.
Oh shit! I don't have Cameo. It's the dumbest thing in the world. I'll have you guys over for dinner, for brunch. You guys are so cool.
You can come down in Jersey Shore, get your haircut, and we'll take you on the boat.
Well, we did talk about Hannah.
Hannah is great, and I will send you her contact information.
Please, because I think that this is the hair cutter for me. And so is Mercedes, the car. I mean, it's a great car. My wife actually loves it. She grew up with Mercedes, and that's one of the reasons why we have the Mercedes now.
We appreciate it. And we have 3 stores, so it's Edison, Union, and Freehold, New Jersey.
Doug Wells, thank you very much. Best to Ray and all the staff. Okay,
thank you, and thank you for having me.
You bet. To be continued.